good. Wow. Elizabeth Warren, everybody. Let me tell you, having a hero come to town in support of you, a fellow policy nerd, a Sunday school teacher. Man, I am overwhelmed and I am so humbled that she would come to town and that all of you are here tonight. I want to thank all of the folks who joined the program before Senator Warren and I arrived. And that is a long list of folks who shared their stories tonight and who shared their music. Chimigwech to my auntie Sharon Day. To our amazing St. Louis Park Public Schools student, Tess Makalek. To some of my favorite farmers in Minnesota, Danny and Mary Lindell. A young leader, Colin Detmer. Someone who's been in the fight for paid family and medical leave right alongside of me, small business owner Sarah Piepenberg. My compadre, Siobhan's godfather, Javier Morillo. My very first campaign manager, Julie Manzanastro. The founder of Black Women for Peggy, Shaletta Bundridge. And our amazing Attorney General, my lawyer and yours, Keith Ellison. And I want to say thank you to the amazing Senator Doran Clark for welcoming us here to Northeast Minneapolis. And all of the electeds who are here tonight, I am so honored and humbled to be side by side with all of you in this fight. And then I want to give a special shout out to my friend, Chris Erickson, and to her sweet son, Bentley. Very early on in this campaign, as we were traveling across the state, I had the great honor and privilege of meeting Chris and Bentley at one of our kitchen table conversations. And Bentley gave me this heart. And I carry this around with me as a reminder of who it is I am fighting for every single day. It's kids like Bentley and moms like Chris. Buju, Peggy Flanagan edition of Kaz, Gijuwe Wadamukwe Indigo, Guabagaga Nikagnan Dunjaba, Mayangan Dodame. My name is Peggy Flanagan. My Ojibwe name is Speaks in a Loud and Clear Voice Woman. My family is the Wolf Clan, and the role of our clan is to ensure that we never leave anyone behind, which is why I am running for United States Senate. And I know that since you are here tonight, you are all fighting for people in your lives, in our state, in our country, who cannot be left behind. And together, we will take that fight to United States Senate. This is a really serious moment, y'all. In 7 months, Donald Trump and the Republicans in Washington have ransacked our government. They have sold out our kids, our families, our small businesses, and they are giving a huge middle finger to the farmers who feed us every single day. And the way I see it, too many people in this country are being left behind right now. And as Democrats, we can't just go along and offer the same old, because it is not working. We have got to send more folks to Washington who actually understand what our neighbors are up against. People who have the guts to fight against these powerful corporate interests who are pulling the strings these days. And people who actually live in the real world. People like you and people like me. I was raised in St. Louis Park. And boy, I see a lot of people I graduated from high school with. Hi, guys. You know, my mom worked incredibly hard. I was raised by a single mom who was my hero. She worked so hard, but she didn't make enough money to afford everything. And I felt like the bottom could fall out at any moment. And I know too many Minnesotans feel that way right now. To me, food assistance isn't just a line item in a federal budget. It's how we paid for meals. Section 8 isn't just a number. It's how we paid the rent. And Medicaid isn't some abstract program. It was my health insurance when I was a kid and why I am alive today. So to see Donald Trump and the Republicans spitting in the faces of millions of people who will lose life-saving health insurance and access to food speaks to their character and their cruelty. And frankly, it pisses me off. And what is so infuriating in these cuts that affect people who need help the most, it's not going to pay down the debt. They're taking folks' health care to give more tax breaks to billionaires who do not need them. I have spent my entire career focused on helping families like the one that I grew up in to get ahead. And that is what I will do in the U.S. Senate. Before I was elected to office, I was an advocate for children and families as the executive director of Children's Defense Fund Minnesota. As Senator Warren mentioned, I co-chaired the campaign to raise the minimum wage in Minnesota and connected it to inflation so that it rises with the cost of living. That was hard, but we had the guts to fight it out, and we won. And every single year since 2015, the minimum wage has increased in Minnesota. In the meantime, in Washington, they haven't raised the minimum wage in over 16 years. It is still $7.25. We need a little more Minnesota in Washington, everybody. So, listen, friends, one good job should equal one good life. I took on the issue of paid family and medical leave when my daughter Siobhan was just a baby on my hip. And it finally passed when she was in 4th grade, because you get what you organize for. We came together and we fought for it year after year, and we got it done here in Minnesota. But in Washington, they haven't gotten that done either. You know, these seemed like big dreams when we started fighting for them. But we knew they were worth the fight. And I don't know about you, but I am sick of playing from a defensive crouch. I am so tired of settling, and I know that you are too. One of my heroes, and yours, Senator Paul Wellstone, he used to say that politics was about the improvement of people's lives, and I still believe that in my bones. Because this is a country where our leaders saw our elders starving and created Social Security. It's where they saw people dying without health care and created Medicare and Medicaid, where they saw our warriors, our veterans coming home from war and passed the GI Bill, where they saw millions of uninsured families going bankrupt and passed the Affordable Care Act. And so, as Democrats, we have to stop negotiating with ourselves. We have to dare to hope and dream about what is possible in this country. We have to stop picking fights that we think are easy wins. We have to fight for what people actually need and what they deserve. And we have to do more than just stop Donald Trump or go back to where we were before him, because frankly, that was not good enough. I refuse to believe or to accept the idea that all folks should be able to do is simply survive. I refuse to believe that all Democrats should offer is to just make life less crummy for folks. We have to fight for something more, and we're going to do it together. Let's fight for a country where people can actually afford to raise their families and follow their dreams. Lowering costs for a handful of prescription drugs for seniors, like Congress did a few years ago, friends, that is the floor. To really succeed, we need to make big pharmaceutical companies lower the cost of all drugs for everyone. Donald Trump just took health care away from millions of Americans. Restoring that care is the floor. Taking on the insurance companies to stop their outrageous prior authorization games that give some dude behind a desk more authority to decide whether you get care if you live or die, to take that away from you and your doctor. That is outrageous, and that has to stop. What we all need to strive for, what we have to strive for is health care, not insurance. Ending Donald Trump's reckless tariffs and rising costs is the floor. Actually helping people afford housing and childcare and a secure retirement so they don't have to work until they die, that is what we must fight for. Stopping this administration from abducting and disappearing our grandmothers and our farm workers and our students off of the streets. Putting folks who did nothing wrong in immigrant detention centers with no due process is outrageous. and unacceptable. Really fixing our broken immigration system and providing a pathway to citizenship for folks who work their butts off in our country, who are our neighbors and our relatives, that is what we really, really need. Reforming our government so that big corporations can't spend millions of dollars bribing politicians and buying elections, that's, my friends, is the floor. We deserve leaders who walk the walk, which is why I am refusing to take corporate PAC money for my campaign. Because, friends, I want to be held accountable to you and to Minnesotans, not some big corporation who's writing me a check. And I know that it feels impossible in this moment to be big and to be bold when things are falling down all around us. But that's exactly what we have to do. As an Anishinaabe, as a Native woman, I'm not even supposed to be here. And so that is what I know. I know resiliency and survival and fight and overcoming challenges and any obstacle that people put in our way. Well, that resiliency, friends, that is in our bones. And the only way I know how to live my life is by believing in what is possible and believing in us. I was a kid who grew up thinking the bottom could fall out at any moment. A kid who didn't always do the best in school, who had a different colored lunch ticket, and who thought these circumstances meant that she had to make herself as small as possible. But I had my family. I had my community. I had my aunties. And I had my faith. So with a little help from things like Medicaid and Section 8 and the Child Care Assistance Program, my mom and I got a little closer to the middle class. I went to the University of Minnesota, go Gophers, and I got my degree. I worked on Senator Wellstone's last campaign. I worked for the Division of Indian Work in Minneapolis and for the Children's Defense Fund. I became a school board member, a state representative, and the highest ranking Native woman in executive office in this country. And now, a kid who is on the fringes, who walked home from the food shelf with a box of commodity cheese under my arm like a football, she's running to represent our state in the U.S. Senate. And that, my friends, is a Minnesota story. And when I look at this incredible crowd, I see hope. Because when we band together and we do this work, we win. So things in our country are incredibly tough. They're really awful for a lot of people. But I have never abandoned my capacity to hope and to believe in a better future because I am living proof of what is actually possible. And even in the toughest of times, we have to make a choice. Will we settle or will we strive? Will we concede or will we show courage? Will we send Washington the same old people and the same old solutions? Or will we be bolder and fight harder and get more done for people? I know what I'm going to do. When I get to Washington, I'm not just going by myself. All of you are coming with me. Because that's what we do here in Minnesota. And listen, my sister Elizabeth Warren needs a little backup. So we got a lot of work to do to make sure that we are sending her reinforcements to fight for working people in this country. So please join me and go to PeggyFlanagan.com. What? That's PeggyFlanagan.com. And join in the fight with all of your neighbors who are here. Join in this fight because we deserve better. We deserve a better future, one that leaves no one behind. Because let me tell you, we want to make sure that people can afford the lives that they want to live. And that happens with each one of us simply doing the next good thing. Friends, I am an organizer to my core, and we are going to do this together. I am honored and humbled that you would all be here tonight, and I am honored and humbled that we will be in this journey together, step by step, door by door, call by call, $5 by $5, so that when we get there, they know, they're like, oh, Minnesota sent her. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for everything that you will do, that we will do together. She, me, Gwetch, let's go win this thing, friends. Thank you.